The Steam sale is here, which means thousands of games are currently shouting at you with green discount labels like an anxious market trader. So rather than pointing at the same gigantic discounts everyone already knows about, I've gone looking for smaller, stranger and more interesting games that deserve a place in your basket. This list has killer cars, a space turtle metroidvania, a pinball twin stick shooter, a frog with a gun, cyberpunk precision platforming, a shoot 'em up where you don't shoot, one of the most divisive indie RPGs ever made, and a 2-game shmup collection that deserves far more attention from arcade fans. 8 hidden gems, all on sale, so here's what's worth knowing. Imagine stepping into an empty city and realising the traffic has developed both consciousness and a grudge. That's Decimate Drive. Cars don't just drive past you, they hunt you. Vans, taxis, delivery vehicles and ice cream trucks become predators as you sprint between cover, cross roads at extremely unwise moments and try to survive an urban environment that has clearly failed its driving test. What makes it work is how quickly the fear lands. Everyone understands the danger of crossing a road. Decimate Drive simply asks what would happen if the road took it personally. It's immediate, tense and possibly the most convincing argument yet for working from home. The setting does most of the heavy lifting here. Moonlight Pulse takes place inside a colossal turtle drifting through space. That is a sentence I'm very happy exists. You explore the creature's internal world, switching between characters, fighting parasites and travelling through living organs that function like interconnected environments. It gives the whole adventure a distinctive shape. The world isn't just somewhere you move through, it's a body you're trying to understand and protect. There's a strong sense of imagination in the footage, with biology replacing the usual collection of ruins, caves and suspiciously convenient platforms. Platforming through a giant space turtle is very much the sort of thing indie games should be doing more often. Go Mecha Ball understands one very important truth. Everything is better when you can turn into a ball and crash into it. You pilot armed mechs through compact arenas, switching between shooting, rolling, bouncing and slamming into enemies with the confidence of something that has never filled out an insurance form. The movement is the real star. You're not just clearing rooms, you're ricocheting around them, using ramps, speed and impact to turn each fight into a small mechanical argument. Between runs, you pick up weapons, upgrades and new tools, but the appeal is immediate even before the system starts stacking up. It looks slick, loud and deeply committed to arcade momentum. A frog with a gun should not be all it takes to get my attention, and yet here we are. Frogmonster sends you into a strange, colourful world full of insects, odd creatures, hidden paths and bosses that seem to have taken the whole pond life thing personally. The first person perspective gives it a different feel from most creature-filled adventures. You're exploring, shooting, catching bugs with your tongue and gradually opening up new areas as your abilities expand. The impressive bit is that this is a solo developer project from Ben Jungwirth and player word of mouth has been extremely kind to it. That's usually the signal I trust most. Quiet praise from real players is worth far more than a trailer shouting adjectives at you. Eden Genesis moves like it has somewhere to be and very little patience for your mistakes. You play as Leah, a cyborg taking on high speed trials inside a neon sci-fi system while trying to overcome the damage caused by her implants. The result is sharp, fast and built around that familiar precision platforming bargain. The game gives you instant restarts and in return you agree to fail repeatedly in front of your own furniture. This comes from the team behind Aeterna Noctis, so the challenge is very much part of the appeal. The footage is all dashes, wall jumps, hazards and clean movement lines. It's the sale pick for people who find comfort in being humbled by level design. Swordship makes one extremely clever decision. It takes away your guns and then watches what you do under pressure. You pilot a sleek craft through hostile waters, dodging enemy fire, baiting opponents into destroying each other, stealing containers and diving beneath hazards at the last possible moment. The lack of shooting changes the whole rhythm. Every encounter becomes about positioning, timing and using enemy aggression against them. It feels elegant in a way arcade action games often aren't, because the solution is rarely brute force. The visual style helps too. Clean, readable, stylish, and easy to follow even when everything is going horribly wrong. It's a smart little design idea executed with real confidence. YIIK is the kind of game that cannot be recommended casually. You don't so much suggest it as place it on a table and slowly back away. Originally released in 2019, it became one of the most divisive indie RPGs of its time. Strange, ambitious, self-indulgent, fascinating, frustrating, the sort of game people discuss online as if it personally wronged them in a car park. Since then, the 1.5 update has reworked large parts of the experience, including combat, cutscenes and pacing. What remains is a surreal RPG about disappearance, identity, alternative realities and the end of the world, wrapped in a very specific late 90s internet haunted atmosphere. You may love it, you may hate it. Boring is definitely unlikely. The Seventia Collection brings together Ginga Force and Natsuki Chronicles, two arcade shoot-em-ups connected by the same sci-fi setting. This is the niche pick of the list, but it's also one of the easiest to justify during a sale. You get story modes, customization, stage variety, and a great deal of incoming fire arranged with the calm precision of someone who enjoys making strangers panic. Shoot 'em ups are always in a slightly awkward place on Steam. Their fans know exactly what they want, while everyone else looks at the screen and assumes the computer is having an episode. For arcade players though, this collection has real value. If you like tight movement, weapon loadouts and dramatic horizontal chaos, don't let this slip past. So those are 8 Steam summer sale hidden gems worth a look. Decimate Drive turns traffic into horror, Moonlight Pulse has the most imaginative setting, Mecha Ball brings the arcade chaos, Frogmonster is the solo dev surprise, Eden Genesis is the precision platforming pick, Swordship is the clever design choice, YIIK remains a fascinating odyssey, and the Seventia Collection is the one shmup fans should keep an eye on. Links to all 8 games are in the description. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like because it helps YouTube realise there are games outside the front page of the sale, and subscribe if you want more hidden gems on Steam, because every week I dig through overlooked indie games so you don't have to. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next Hidden Gems video. Bye!